Stealth is where the game switches up how it feels to play as Slade a little more. Deathstroke is still clearly a rather calculating character that always goes into every situation with a plan, but he is still built more for combat than Mr. Creature of the Night over here. Accordingly, playing stealth maps as Slade requires you to use slightly more limited resources than you might first expect. Gliding across the arena is no longer an option as Deathstroke doesn't have a cape, and he's also missing several gadgets that could otherwise be useful here. This forces the player into adapting on the fly as they need to learn how to use a slightly different toolkit than they usually would. However, the game never goes too far as to alienate the player from feeling like they know what they're doing. Slade mostly retains the abilities present in any of the other game's stealth sections. He can silently take down enemies, use the floor grates and weak structures to his advantage, and when all else fails, he can run directly into enemy fire because the person playing him is bad at stealth. Detective vision is also back, this time being reskinned as tactical vision, which I don't think I'm too happy with. I much prefer the idea that Batman and those with access to his technology are the only characters to use this, as I feel that giving it to a character that has nothing to do with Batman makes him feel less unique in this world. I'm not opposed to giving Slade some form of detective vision, otherwise there's just an arbitrary button on the controller that doesn't do anything, but I'd much prefer if it came with some caveat, like needing to stand in place or using Deathstroke's design to his advantage and allowing players to see where nearly everyone is, but obscuring half of the player's vision somehow to emulate the fact that Slade has an entire eye missing. This would create a loop of players going into tactical vision to check an enemy's location and then exiting again, leaving them somewhat vulnerable to whatever's around the next corner, as opposed to them just staying in tactical vision the entire game and always knowing where everyone is.